This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the best online retailer for Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product, and GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and content.
Hey guys, Marshall here from Limited Resources, and it is time for another draft this week, but this time it's Cube. You can see it's back on Magic Online now. This is not the holiday cube that we had a few weeks ago that was powered with, Power 9 and all that crazy stuff. This is a more toned down version. Generally, I prefer cubes like this, but I like the powered cube every once in a while too. So let's see what we have here. A host of good options. We've got Gideon's okay, Night Veil Spectre's okay, Thoughtseize is fine, Regrowth is pretty good, Goblin Guide's really good in the red deck. There's also a Palladium Mirror and a Thran Dynamo for sort of the big ramp type stuff. And a Grasslands for mana fixing. I'm going to take Thran Dynamo out of this pack. I think it's the most powerful card here. I like Thran Dynamo, Goblin Guide out of this pack, or maybe even like a Thoughtseize. My favorite kind of deck to draft is actually a Thoughtseize Sarcomancy type deck, and we could actually do that. You guys want to do that instead? Let's try that instead. It is my favorite way to draft these decks. It's sort of my own personal deck. So let's take that, and I'll try to show you guys how it works. Basically, what you want to do is take Hand Disruption, Counter Spells. It's blue-black deck, by the way, and then early threats. Like this makes the cut every time. But we also wheel all of these. We're also going to wheel that Sarcomancy and the Hexmage and stuff, so we don't actually need to take it here. We can take a Flooded Strand or a Forbid, even an Oracle or a Pact of Negation, but I'm just going to take Forbid. Hard counters are good. The cheaper the better, though. This one's not ideal for the deck, but having a 3-mana hard counter is still fine. Bounce spells, tempo stuff, that's what we want out of this type of deck. This is my favorite type of deck to draft. I'm not saying it's necessarily the best possible, but it is my favorite, and I like it. I love playing these type of decks. So here we can take Fairy Conclave or Gravecrawler, even a blue Elemental Blast if we really want. I'm going to take Conclave, though, because I think we'll get that Gravecrawler back. Those 1-drop black creatures always seem to go late in cubes like this, and this deck is really trying to capitalize on that. That's kind of the whole idea of the deck, is to capitalize on the fact that you can get your creature based late, and you can focus on the really cheap disruption and bounce spells early. All right, a lot of good ones here for us. Tons of them, in fact. Essence Scatter, Carnophage, not Tendrils, Bone Shredder, Skinrender, Necrotal, Ancestral Vision are all cards that we had run in this deck. Carnophage is exactly the type of card I was talking about. You get that back. Like he'll wheel most of the time, so we don't have to worry about it. Here, I like any of these down here. I'm going to take Ancestral Vision just because I think it's the most powerful one of the bunch. And then we're going to get something sweet out of that pack kind of no matter what. The Necrotal type creatures, Necrotal itself, of course, is one of them, but the other ones are all really good in that deck. Wow, there's an upheaval here, though. Man, that's pretty sick. I almost never pass upheaval, but I'm going to here. Maybe I won't actually here. No, I'm going to take it here. I don't really want a Diabolic Servitude that much anyway, and I'm basically giving up on a Marsh Flats, which isn't that big of a deal. So I'll take an upheaval here, though. The original plan that we were on is much, much better for an upheaval than the one that we ended up on, which is kind of my deck. This pack sucks for us. Just going to take this in case we want to splash a little. All right, here's a decent card for our deck. Also, Spellskite is possible, but I'll take a Knight of Infamy here. Here's a Diregraf Ghoul. This is the kind of card I was talking about. These 1-drop black creatures. The idea is to put down a 1 and a 2-drop creature and then either bounce their stuff out of the way or counterspell whatever they do and just keep beating them down with it. That's what this deck tries to do, and I love it. All right. The Sarcomancy came back. Also, Palladium Mirror came back, though, which is interesting with an upheaval. We could switch gears, but I think I'm just going to stick on the plan. I'm sure that you guys that have watched a lot of these type of videos have seen an upheaval deck at work, and it's not, I mean, it's sweet. I love playing it, but I'm maybe try to show you something a little different, a little more unique this week. All right, and here's our Gravecrawler right on time. Curious to see what we get out of this next pack. I think we're going to get something pretty desirable for us. It was stacked up. Yeah. We certainly did. So Bone Shredder and Skinrender are kind of similar cards. And Carnophage we want in the deck, but we want one of these more powerful effects. I'm going to just go ahead and take the Skinrender here. I don't mind going up to 4 mana. The curve on these is generally quite low on this deck, but yeah, that's fine. Tainted Pact is fine, but we'll hide it for now. And there's nothing really here for us. Ooh, I'm really glad that Spark Mage came back. It's a card that we could potentially sideboard with if we get like a fetch land, but also it will do quite a bit of work against us, so I'm happy that it's gone. Kills this, this, and this just so far. All right, what do we have? Oh, some nice options. Nothing amazing, but some really good stuff. I mean, Basalt Monolith plus Upheaval is just really good, but again, I'm going to try to stick to plan here. That leaves us with like Tangle Wire, Spell Pierce, Lifebane Zombie, Phyrexian Arena. I'm going to take the Arena here. I want to draw some cards. We don't have that much card draw yet, and that's one of the best card draw you can get. Wow, some good stuff here too. Wurmcoil Engine, one of the best creatures in the cube, period. Nearly unbeatable. Dismiss would make the cut in this deck. Jace would make the cut as well. Ultimate Price. But I'm looking at like wheeling this card. So let's just assume we're going to get that. And then what else do I want? Reanimate can be pretty good. Ultimate Price and Dismiss are nice cheap tricks to get stuff out of the way or maintain a board state in the case of Dismiss. Jace is just a powerful 4-drop, but not really great. And then Wurmcoil Engine's just ridiculous. I think I'm going to take Wurmcoil here. Even though I don't really want to be casting 6-drops, it's just kind of too good to not take. Delver? Sure. I don't know how good it's going to be, but we'll give it a shot. I think I'll take a Smother here. We need a few of these cheap black removal spells to keep things moving forward. Wrench Mind is something that we could cast. What does this do again? Exile top 3 cards of your... That's pretty good. It's probably the pick here. It's either that or Wrench Mind. Yeah, I'll take Wrench Mind. I'm going to hide it for now. All right, what do we have? Oh, some big stuff, but you can see for us it's just Vampire Nighthawk, which is totally fine. We could use some equipment, you know, some swords or something would be nice for a deck like this. It really punches up the power level of it pretty significantly. I like Sakashima's Student a lot. I'm going to take it here. This thing just does work. You can ninjutsu it in, or you can just cast it. It's also just clone. Really good card. Tendrils. None of this stuff's really good. We'll take an Antuco Shade, but this isn't the kind of card I really like that much. It seems fine, but it actually gets kind of awkward in a deck like this. What we really need is more blue. It looks like blue's been taken pretty hard here. All right, so Spell Pierce and Lifebane Zombie came back. I'll take the Zombie. Yeah, our blue is really minimal here. We're really just super heavy black, which isn't quite normal for this type of deck. It hasn't really come together for us, but it's okay. You know, we need to pick up some key stuff in the third pack to kind of make it go. We just don't have enough disruption. All right, well, we got the Vampire Lacerator back, and somehow the Reanimate came back, which is weird, but this deck probably just would rather have a Lacerator anyway, but that's weird. Reanimate's really powerful. I first pick that all the time. I'm pretty surprised that it's still there. We just don't have any great discard effects, so I can't do much with it. Yeah, nothing really for us here. All these dual lands. Okay, so we're whittling our way back here, but yeah, like I said, we really need, like, our blue is just so sparse here. It's just not doing a lot. Ooh, nice pickup. Some good stuff for us in this pack. Opposition's pretty good in this deck, and him is good, but no way we're shipping a Batterskull. That's just the best. We have two really nice late game threats here. These aren't exactly staples of the deck, but Batterskull's just amazing. Ooh. Couple of very good options here. Moloku, another great finisher. And Venser's really good. I'm going to take Venser here. Moloku's obviously a much more powerful spell, but we're not really greatly set up for it. I mean, it can still do good work in the deck, but cheaper the better, and hopefully we'll get back one of these two cards. So I'm going to take Venser. We do need ways to interact with our opponent more than anything right now, and that's a good way to do that. Strip Mine, Thirst for Knowledge, and Inquisition are all high on our list here. Frantic Search, not so much. I'm going to take Strip Mine. We're only 2 colors, and so this is one of the benefits to running it. To running a 2-color deck is that you can throw in a Strip Mine to kind of get them. God, these packs have been pretty bad for us. We don't really want Necropotence, so we'll take a Watery Grave, which is welcomed mana fixing, no doubt about it. But still, I was hoping for something a bit more powerful than that. All right. Ooh, 2 of my favorites. Master Waves is new too. Can we do anything with that? Not really. It's just okay as a 4-drop, I suppose. But Force Spike and Riftwing Cloudskate are 2 of my favorites. Force Spike is exactly, like, this deck is just a Force Spike deck. This is exactly what you want to have. Cloudskate, though, is excellent as well. I'm going to take the Force Spike here, though. Floodplain, no. What does this do again? Exile, you can do that, and then you can... Don't have enough blue, really, to make that work. I'm going to take Graveborn Muse. It's a perfectly fine 4-drop that can attack and block and also can just draw you a bunch of cards. Ooh, Braids. Now we're having fun, kids. Yeah. Braids. Good, clean fun there. Speaking of good, clean fun, Creeping Tar Pit. Best land for the deck possible. Didn't pick up a sword, but we did get a Batterskull, so that's nice. I don't think Delver's going to make the cut. Let's see, 1, 2. That's an enchantment, so no. 3. This isn't going to make the cut. 4. Yeah, there's only 4 things to flip it, so no way. And there's just really nothing really for us here. I'll take the Smokestack, but I don't think we're going to run it. All right, Crucible is the easy pick here, I suppose. We do have this, so we can kind of go off. But I don't think it's really worth running it. It's the only thing that we could really do anyway. Jeez. One of these things is not like the others. Man. Balance is legitimately awesome, too. Now I just wish I could splash white. I splash Balance and Stoneforge Mystic with Batterskull. I'd enjoy that. Are we going to get that Inquisition back? I guess not. Wasn't that from that pack? I can't remember now, but I was really hoping to get it. Persecute. Probably not going to make the cut, but that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what we came up with. Obviously, we came up a bit short here. This is an approximation of the deck that I wanted, but not the best version. Best possible build for us here, or deck available for us, was just to take the ramp and basically make an upheaval deck. I mean, look, that strategy is pretty well proven. We get these 2 things as well. That would be preferable to what we ended up with, but I wanted to try to show you guys this deck, and this thing isn't awful by any stretch. It's just not an ideal version of it at all. It could be any number of things. I mean, Curse Scroll's an option. The problem is we've got Phyrexian Arena and Graveborn Muse to kind of fill up our hand, plus an Ancestral Vision, so not really great for that. Probably just this thing. I don't like this card, but that's fine. What does this do again? Exile Tucker Library. It's not too bad for us either. I never actually played it. Let's try it. Let's try Tainted Pact. I'm going to try it out. Okay, so our mana is pretty straightforward here. It's going to suggest 10 and 3, but we're not going to quite go that deep. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would only give us 6. I think I want at least 7. Probably 8 if I can get them. Let's try that. 8 blue sources here. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That sounds good to me. I want to be able to hit these things right on time, especially this one and this one. All right, let's see what this deck can do.